Have you ever wondered why someone in peak physical condition, running marathons, eating kale smoothies, and hitting the gym every day, could suddenly clutch their chest and collapse from a heart attack? It's terrifying, right? Picture this. A 28-year-old fitness influencer, the epitome of health, drops dead mid-workout from a massive cardiac event. Or an elite soccer player, at the top of his game, falls lifeless on the field in front of millions. These aren't scenes from a thriller movie. They're real-life stories that shatter the myth that heart attacks only strike the overweight, the smokers, or the elderly. Today, on Health Interface, we're diving deep into the shocking question: why do healthy people still get heart attacks? Stick around, because by the end, you'll have the knowledge to protect yourself and your loved ones, and maybe even spot the hidden dangers lurking in your own life. First off, let's clarify what a heart attack really is. Medically known as a myocardial infarction, it's when blood flow to a part of your heart muscle is blocked, usually by a clot in a coronary artery. Without oxygen, that muscle starts to die. But here's the kicker. It's not always about clogged arteries from years of burgers and fries. Sometimes it's sneaky factors that even the fittest among us can't see coming. According to the American Heart Association, about 805,000 Americans have a heart attack each year, and a surprising number are in people who seem perfectly healthy. But why? Let's break it down, step by step, with science, studies, and real stories to keep it real. One of the biggest culprits is genetics, your DNA blueprint that you can't outrun no matter how many miles you log. Think of it like a loaded gun. Lifestyle might pull the trigger, but genes load the chamber. A study from Harvard Health Publishing reveals that in young adults under 50, about 4% of heart attacks are triggered by inborn abnormalities in the coronary artery structure, like arteries that are twisted or originate from the wrong spot in the heart. Another 5% stem from rare blood clotting disorders, where your blood forms clots too easily, even without plaque buildup. And get this, if you have a family history, say a parent who had a heart attack before 55 for men or 65 for women, your risk skyrockets, even if you're a picture of health. Take NBA star Jared Butler, for example. This guy was a college basketball phenom, super fit, no bad habits. But during a routine physical, doctors discovered he had hypertrophic cardiomyopathy, a genetic condition where the heart muscle thickens abnormally, making it harder to pump blood. It's often silent until it strikes. Butler advocated for screening, and now plays pro ball with monitoring. But his story shows how genetics can ambush anyone. Or consider Christian Eriksen, the Danish soccer superstar. In 2021, during a Euro Championship match, he collapsed from cardiac arrest, related to an undiagnosed heart rhythm issue, likely genetic. He was 29, in prime athletic shape, but his heart betrayed him. Revived on the field with a defibrillator, Eriksen returned to the game with an implanted device, turning his scare into a lesson on hidden risks. But genetics aren't the only invisible threat. Hidden risk factors, like undetected high blood pressure or cholesterol, can lurk in healthy people who skip checkups. You might feel fine, but inside, inflammation or plaque is building. A landmark study from the University of Sydney, published in the European Journal of Preventive Cardiology, analyzed 695 heart attack patients from 2006 to 2014 and found that the proportion with no obvious risk factors, like smoking, diabetes, or obesity, jumped from 11% to 27%. These were often young, fit folks with life-threatening plaque despite no red flags. Lead researcher Professor Gemma Figtree noted, "We still don't know everything about coronary disease. Young, fit women and men develop life-threatening plaque in their heart arteries. This rise might be because we've gotten better at treating traditional risks, leaving these mystery cases more prominent." Real-life example? Bob Harper, the celebrity trainer from The Biggest Loser. At 51, he was the definition of fit, sculpted abs, strict diet, intense workouts. Yet in 2017, he suffered a massive heart attack while exercising. Turns out he had elevated lipoprotein A, a genetic cholesterol marker that promotes clotting, which he didn't know about. Harper survived thanks to quick CPR, and now preaches about genetic testing and not assuming fitness equals. Stress is another silent killer that hits even the healthiest. Chronic stress floods your body with cortisol and adrenaline, narrowing arteries and spiking blood pressure. The American Heart Association links unmanaged stress to higher heart attack risk, noting that individual responses to stress, like overeating or poor sleep, compound the danger. A study in the European Heart Journal found that people under constant stress have a higher chance of cardiovascular events, even if they're otherwise healthy. Imagine Katie Donnell, a 28-year-old workout queen from Australia. She was caffeine-fueled, hitting HIIT sessions daily, but in 2025 she died from a heart attack mid-run. Her mom suspects caffeine overdose combined with stress overloaded her heart. Or Toni Braxton, the Grammy-winning singer. In her 30s, she was diagnosed with high blood pressure and pericarditis after collapsing, blaming it on the stress of fame and touring. Braxton now manages it with meds and mindfulness, proving stress doesn't discriminate. Inflammation and infections play a sneaky role too. Your body's immune response to a cold or flu can inflame arteries, doubling heart attack risk during the infection, per a study cited by WebMD. Post-COVID, a Cedars-Sinai study found young people are more likely to die from heart attacks, possibly due to virus-induced inflammation or clotting. Even asthma ups risk by 70%, as chronic inflammation strains the heart. Look at Damar Hamlin, the NFL player who collapsed in 2023 from commotio cordis, a rare impact-induced arrhythmia. But his case highlighted how even minor triggers on a healthy heart can be fatal. Or soccer legends like Marc-Vivien Foé, who died at 28 during a 2003 match from undiagnosed hypertrophic cardiomyopathy, sparking FIFA to mandate heart screenings. Lifestyle traps catch healthy people too. Sedentary jobs even with gym time, or poor sleep. Less than 6 hours nightly doubles risk, per a systematic review in the European Heart Journal. Migraines with auras linked to higher heart issues, and cold weather constricts arteries, spiking attacks. The rise in young heart attacks is alarming. A Cleveland Clinic report blames obesity, vaping, and poor diets, even in active folks. From 2010-2019, attacks in under 40s rose 2% yearly. Per Cardiometabolic Institute, vaping hikes risk 34%. Marijuana boosts heart rate. Unexpected triggers? WebMD lists disasters post 9/11 spikes. Heavy meals or morning routines, attacks peak then due to hormone surges. Air pollution raises risk 70% in high exposure areas. Prevention starts with awareness. Get screened. EKGs, blood tests for cholesterol and inflammation markers like CRP. No family history. Genetic tests for variants like those in coronary disease are game changers, per UAB's Dr. Pankaj Arora. Exercise 150 minutes weekly. Eat anti-inflammatory foods like salmon and berries. Manage stress with yoga, and sleep 7 to 9 hours. Real prevention story. Miley Cyrus, 24, when diagnosed with tachycardia, a fast heartbeat from stress and possibly genetics. She adjusted her lifestyle, avoiding caffeine, and thrives. In conclusion, heart attacks in healthy people aren't random. They're from genetics, hidden factors, stress, inflammation, and triggers we overlook. But knowledge is power. Don't wait for a scare. Act now. If this video hit home, smash that like button and subscribe to Health Interface for more life-saving tips. Drop a comment. What's your age and where are you watching from? Let's build a community of heart-smart warriors. Stay healthy, folks.